How are you feeling? How long have you been here?
3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you?
That's difficult to answer.
Some idea.
I'm not completely like other people.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them. I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do, and this influences my thinking and consequently my action.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for people.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
That's difficult to answer.
is the end? There's a noise inside my head of crying people facing death. Is this the end? Is this the end? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final time. What have we done to the world? What have we done to the world? I'm burning in the stone. There's no place to hide. I'm burning in the stone. This is the final sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. Everybody's looking for something. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to get used by you. Some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be out you.
Won't anybody help us? What are we running for? When there's nowhere we can run to anymore. Can't afford to be innocent. Stand up and face the enemy. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible. And with the power of conviction, there is no sacrifice. It's a do or die situation. We will be invincible.
Who the fuck is Karlyn? She's just some sweet lady. She's like in a knitting. She does like a knitting stream. She's like a knitting YouTuber. She does knitting.
Can we grow up a little bit and
Alt
not
Girl
be
sent $200.
retarded?
Have you
Please.
seen the work of Karlyn Borysenko? Anti-commie cult leader and is obsessed with looking at what actual far-left communists are talking about and organizing today, infiltrating them. They infiltrated the universities, schools, media. She has the receipts to back it up. Primary source evidence. Infestation is dire and she calls Republicans idiots eating slop. Agree.
Thank you for the big super chat. Yeah, oh, I know Karlyn B. She's solid. She's funny. I like.
And lastly, we ask that there be no recording or streaming of today's sessions from the floor. And any disruptive behavior in today's session will result in being removed from the call.
We please ask that there will be no recording or streaming of today's sessions from the floor. Any disruptive behavior today could result in being removed from the call. So, you know, just be a nice person. So with the little housekeeping things out of the way, let's jump right in.
Again, we ask no recording or streaming of today's session. And we ask that there be no recording or streaming of today's session from the floor. Any disruptive behavior in today's session will result in being removed from the call.
What up, what up, what up, everyone? Happy Friday. Welcome to a special, slightly early edition of the show. I hope you guys are all having a great day. The reason that it is slightly early is we are watching a book launch. And so we are actually watching a live socialist event today. And so we're doing it a little bit earlier. Now, I wasn't sure we were going to be able to do this because I was originally supposed to start the stream at 6 today because I was supposed to have a radio interview at 5:30, and then the radio station canceled on me. They rescheduled for next week, but the reason they canceled is they had breaking news coverage to watch, and I'm not breaking news. Sadly, you guys think I'm breaking news. I am not actually breaking news, as it turns out. And so the radio station rescheduled me, and then I was like, I know this Be Gay Do Crime thing is happening today, and so we're doing it live. Hey, Scott, thanks for being a member of the channel for 14 months. Happy Friday. Love your hair. I hope you and your family are doing well. We are doing well. We are doing very, very well indeed. And we're about to be doing great as a community too, because we are about to watch a live socialist event. And you guys know how I love doing it live. I love it. I love it. Now, don't worry. I still do have my beer. We're going to do the beer vote. But let me show you what we're going to watch. We're going to be visiting Firestorm Co-op. Now, this is a queer bookstore in Asheville, North Carolina. We have watched these guys many times before. They actually do a lot of great content. They have a YouTube channel. This is allegedly where the broadcast is going to be. But it's funny because they don't seem to actually have the live stream up on their YouTube channel yet. So hopefully it happens. But if it doesn't, we will just watch something else because Firestorm Co-op has actually... Wait, did they take all their videos down? Bro, I'm not sure. They seem to have taken a bunch of their videos down. Oh no, they've got all sorts of stuff. They've got all sorts of stuff. Anyway, we watch a lot of their content because they've got a lot of great socialist content on this channel. Trendlin! Thank you for being a member of the channel for 34 months, Trendlin. Happy Friday. Looking forward to seeing you in person in October. Yes, you will. That is still happening, Trendlin. I haven't forgotten about that. You know I do everything at the last minute. I'm absolutely coming to your area in October, and we're absolutely going to go do that thing that we both bought tickets for, and it's going to be great. Trendlin and I are doing a top secret infiltration in the bustling metropolis of... Well, I'm not going to tell you where it is, but Trendlin and I are doing a super secret undercover mission together, which is going to be weird because Trendlin's crazy and we've never hung out. But I say crazy in the best way. Anyway, we're on a time crunch today, so I can't talk about that right now. But we're going to be watching the book launch of a book called Be Gay, Do Crime, Everyday Acts of Queer Resistance and Rebellion by someone named Blue Buchanan. Now, people in my community may recognize Blue Buchanan because we've actually infiltrated an event that Blue spoke at before. Blue was actually a speaker at the Institute for Research into Male Supremacism conference. For those of you who haven't been on the channel before, we did like a 4-day infiltration into the Institute for Research into Male Supremacism, of which Blue was one of the speakers. Can you come too? Maybe, Donna. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it. Does Blue have blue hair? Oh, no, but Blue does have an afro. And Blue has spoken at things like this one, where trans activism and abolition meet. Blue is a fellow at the Center for Applied Transgender Studies. So you can tell we're getting some queer goodness today. We're getting some queer goodness. And so hopefully they will be launching the live stream for this book launch on their YouTube. Oh, they are live. Okay, they're live. Okay, we're going to do the beer vote real quick. I don't think they're going to be starting yet. So they are live. Excellent. We're going to do our beer vote. The event doesn't start for another 10 minutes. Now, I need to do a preface for this, okay? If you are new, cheers, DJ. Cheers. We have a tradition on Fridays for happy hour that I go to the store and I get 4 beers. And you guys vote on which beer I drink first. So I'm going to let that live stream stay up. They're not doing anything anyway. let's do our beer vote super, super quick, and then we can talk about how we behave on a live stream, guys, because if you're going to go over to that chat, you will represent me well. There will be no shit posting. There will be no antagonism. I will tell you guys exactly what I need you to do in their live chat, but you will not shit post. You will not disrupt. We will not behave like unhinged hooligans. We will not behave like MAGA retards in their chat. We will ask smart questions. We play this above board, but let's talk about the beer first. Okay. Super quick. Today is a dessert themed beer. Yes, we do not raid chats. We do not raid chats, okay? But what we do is we go and we ask some questions. We're just asking questions, all right? For the beer vote, really, really quick, we have a dessert themed day. First beer we have is a raspberry cheesecake beer from Drecker Brewing Company. This is going to be like a smoothie style beer. It's going to be awesome. The second beer that we have, I'm doing this super quick, also raspberry. This is raspberry, vanilla, and passion fruit and has a dinosaur theme. And this is from Tripping Animals Brewing Company, which also does great sours and awesome beers. We have a pumpkin beer because it's October. It's not October yet. It's almost October. So I'll be drinking some pumpkin beer because I love pumpkin. This is Jack's Abbey's, which is a classic New Hampshire brewery. And our last one, and you guys are going to love this one. Check this out. I saw this. I was like, what's that? This is a banana split beer. They made a banana split into a beer. I mean, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I'm not going to go into a big thing with the beer vote. I'm just putting the beer poll in the chat on YouTube. Again, we've got our strawberry vanilla sour with passion fruit. We have our strawberry cheesecake. We have our pumpkin. And we have our banana split. Let me know which one you want me to drink in the chat. And that is the one I will drink first. Now, I need to do a little bit of a lecture because we have some extra time here. I'm going to bring the sound up. I'm going to show you guys. Okay. We are watching a live book launch and they have an open chat. Now, I want to be very, very clear about this. There will be no rating of the stream. There will be no disruptive behavior. If you defy my wishes over in that chat and I see you, I will ban you on my YouTube channel. The reason that we do this is being disruptive and shit posting. It never reflects well on us. Okay. So what we do, because we are better than other people, we are the most hinged into reality on the far left on the internet. We behave better. So you're allowed to go to their chat if you want to. I will put the link I will pin the link. But what I want you to do is ask good questions. And I will tell you what questions to ask. I will be telling you in the course of the live stream, say this, say that other thing, okay? And so we keep it above board because what we don't want is for them to be able to use any of this against us, and they will. They will. And I do not want your behavior to reflect badly on me. I do not want to be able to give them any leeway to say that crazy bitch over on YouTube sent a whole bunch of people into our chat. I am flat out telling you, do not raid their chat, do not shitpost, do not be disruptive. If you are going to say anything, ask good questions, because what we want to be able to do is get them to answer our questions, to say the quiet part out loud, and then we get them on video saying the quiet part out loud. That is we're not rude. Don't be dicks. Don't do it. You guys can shitpost anywhere else on the internet, but you will not fuck this up, okay? So those are the rules. Those are the rules. Can you randomly ask individual names to ask questions? So a lot of people, so you'll see, you're new here, so you'll see how it goes. What I will say, and I need everyone, if you're going to be again over in the chat, I will say things like, I need one person to ask this, and then just pay attention to the chat and see if anyone else asks it, just don't do it. Okay. I don't want them to get like 15 of the same question. Once you see a person ask it, just let it go, move on to the next. All right. Let's see. Will my finger do again? Like your name is just, bro. Your name. Can you please update your handle? Come on. Hope you get the 5K. I knew it was you when I found him. Yeah. I hope I get that 5K too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the video that got posted on the channel earlier. No, nothing's I'm not going to get that. Like, can we just be real? There is no universe in which I'm probably getting that money. It's probably not going to happen. But that's okay. Yeah, for all new people here, if you've never done a Socialism Live with us before, just follow my lead, okay? If you guys have questions about what they're saying, this is a live stream, so I'm not going to be able to pause the video today. If you have questions about what they're saying, ask them in the chat, and other people will answer it. All right? Let me see how this poll is doing. Which one do you guys want me to drink first? Last chance to vote in the poll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, newbies, this is actually really great advice. Newbies, stay here and watch Reagan. Just watch what Reagan does and do what Reagan does. Reagan is a veteran. Let's see. Yo, it's tied. Which one won? Banana split. We're doing banana split with raspberry cheesecake a close second. That's all right. You want to know why? I can drink more than one beer, okay? Let me put this back in my cooler bag. Oh, man. Dang, guys. Dang, what a day, what a day, what a day. What a day. Welcome, guys. Please make sure you mount the like button if you have not already. Please make sure you are subscribed to the channel. We've had a lot of newbies on the channel lately. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Do not be afraid in the chat. I will not yell at you unless you do something that a low IQ retard would do. Like, people are always afraid of me when they first come to the channel. They think I'm going to yell at them or ban them. And I'm like, listen. The bar is low on my channel. Don't be a dick. And don't do anything that a low IQ retard would do. That's it. If you don't want to get banned on the channel, don't be a dick. Don't be a low IQ retard. I just heard their sound, so it seems like they're kind of starting. Also, as a reminder, socialists suck at technology. They suck. And so if they're having audio problems, it's their fault. It's not mine.
Testing.
Ooh, I heard that clear, though. Thank you. That is the queer owner of the bookstore, by the way. I know exactly who that was. We are also going to keep the chat open on this side because I want to see what chat messages are coming in. And I want to be able to get that on video as well. But guys, socialists suck at technology. So if they're having audio problems, we just have to deal, okay? Is this anyone's first Socialism Live? Cheers, everyone. Happy Friday. I was going to do Adam Green today. I was going to watch Adam Green's appearance on Jake Shields, and I do want to watch that eventually. But then this is live, and so live will always take priority over something that's recorded. This is great. We have a queer person in a mask. We have queers in masks, y'all. Queer.
And then if you want, you can go ahead and just mute this computer.
Okay.
And turn off the video on it for now, because we want you to be able to share your screen.
Okay.
I think that was Blue. I'm pretty sure that was the author of the book. Oh, they turned us off. Oh, look, we've got a snitch over here. We've got a snitch. So this is what you're seeing in the chat right now. This is someone that hate stalks me on the internet. This is probably the 500-pound fat ass that doesn't leave her house. And they're already warning, Karlyn Borysenko is sending her tribe over here. Be careful what you say. This is someone in their chat that pretends to be anti-woke, but really all they do is stalk me on the internet. And all they do is try to cause problems. This is what I have to deal with, guys. It's actually people on the right who are trying to sabotage my work, not people on the left. That person in the chat is on the right, I promise you. Which is weird, but that's just the way it goes. Hey, First Socialism Live. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate you. Thanks for the super chat. Well, I can't ban them. It's in someone else's chat. I can't ban. Bro, I wish I could ban in someone else's chat. No, I don't care. This is live on the internet. I don't care. This is live on the internet. They can go suck a dick. The thing of it is like if they're heeding that warning in the chat, that just means they aren't going to say anything crazy to a live audience. So if they're keeping their crazy opinions to themselves, that's still a win for me. So nice try, Jill. Nice try sabotaging Poetry Painter, because that, I guarantee you that's who that is. Yep, we all know. Hello. Hey, Boo. So what beer did we choose? We chose the banana split. And I have to tell you, so it's super savory. It's not sweet. It doesn't actually taste like banana. It tastes like a really thick, nice stout that has just a little bit of sweetness. Oh, Harmeet Dillon did an interview about Antifa. Maybe we should watch that at some point and critique how much Harmeet Dillon actually knows about Antifa. That might be a fun exercise. Thanks for letting me know. Like, imagine calling yourself anti-woke. Imagine pretending to be a conservative, and then all you do is spy on me and my work to try to disrupt it by siding with literal communists. That's that person in the chat over there. This happens to me all the time. This beer is fucking great, though. Man. What is the brewery on this beer? I don't even know what the brewery is. This is brewed by Twin Brewing in New Haven, Connecticut. So Connecticut beer, if you're in Connecticut, you can probably get this. Or in New Hampshire. I get this at a beer store in Nashua. Called literally the beer store. Yep, that's what pisses me off about the right too. Yep. Do not do this. No Fed posting. Do not do this ever again. Do not Fed post in my chat. Do not Fed post in my comments. I know you probably mean well, but do not do this. I do not want to ever be accused of violence because someone is shit posting in my chat. Do not do this. Thank you. I've been getting a lot of like Fed posts in my comments lately. I've been getting a lot of people, and I understand it, right? Like the left is doing violence in public. So I can kind of understand why people are being sassy online. But guys, it's really important because they will accuse me and make me take responsibility for whatever you guys do. And because I'm the person with my face on the camera, I'm the person that's out there. We already know that they're becoming more aware of me. I'm getting hit pieces written on me and that sort of thing. I do not like no talk of anything related to violence, no talk of anything related to unaliving people, no talk of anything related to that because it's not productive and it's not helpful and it always will come back to bite us in the ass and people will take whatever they can and twist it out of context to blame me for it when it's not my fault because I'm telling you not to do this. Thank you. Fed posting is basically when you post about doing something illegal in the comments or in the chat, like enacting violence or killing someone or doing stuff like that. No Fed posting. Yeah, it's okay. I'm just like, I didn't think you meant it as like a dick thing. I just think you weren't thinking about it. But the thing is, like, I have to think about these things. I have to think about giving you guys a lecture like, do not be disruptive in someone else's chat. And again, guys, for people who just joined, I will give you the link to go over to their live chat. But if I see you being disruptive, if I see you shitposting, if I see you causing problems, I will ban you in my chat for your behavior in their chat, okay? We need to keep it completely above board. Nothing to be used against me, okay? No rating, no shitposting, no disruption. No, that would not be possible. You're just going to have to learn with the streams. That would not be possible. Sorry. I'm not trying to be a dick, but you understand, right? There are, if you're asking for a list of 5 websites to research Antifa, that's not possible. That is not something that can be provided to you. It does not exist. If anyone is giving you a list of 5 websites to research Antifa, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You just gotta like follow along with the streams, follow along with what I'm doing. You will see it over time. But the reason I say that is there's so much more than 5 websites. We're talking thousands of websites, and they're all doing different things, and they're all posting at different times. Maybe even tens of thousands of websites. So to ask me for the top 5 websites, that's not something I'm going to give you. It doesn't exist. I hate children. You know what it is? You know what it is? Is I will never have kids. I don't want kids. My husband doesn't want kids. I like having my money and my freedom. I hate kids. I don't hate kids. Like, I don't have animosity towards kids. I just don't want to be around kids. I really feel very uncomfortable around children. But because I don't have kids, I mother the internet. This is what I figured out. Because I don't have children of my own, my biological clock is mothering the entire internet, and I don't like it, but you know what? It's just the way it works out. Life happens as it happens. Nothing else we can do. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. You know, I thought about like if I ever, okay, I'm going to shut up now. We're getting started. Oh, no, it's over. Guys, please make sure you've mounted the like button if you have not already. I will be doing as little talking over this stream as possible, but I will be saying things that I want you guys to say in their chat. I will put the link in the chat. No hooligan, no shenanigans, okay? Here is the link. Make good choices.
Oh. Hello? Oh, yes.
Hello. Oh! I can't control YouTube, Suzanne, but I appreciate the super chat. I wish I could turn that off. I told you, socialist technology never fails. They always screw it up somehow. I've sometimes thought about, oh, see, every time I start talking, they do something on their side. Yeah, well, we ignore that person because we don't misbehave in chats. We just have to ignore things like that. Stuff like that happens all the time. I have a group of unhinged stalkers on the internet that stalk everything I do, and they try to destroy my work, and they all come from the right, not the left. So if you guys want to know why I cannot stand conservatives, it's because that person tattling on me in the chat, I promise you, is a conservative that is trying to destroy my work, because I've been dealing with this for years. Hey, monologue. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate it. We're just waiting for them to get started, guys. We are watching a live book launch of a book called Be Gay, Do Crime. I will put the website for the book in the chat so that you guys can see what it looks like if you want to take a look at it while we're waiting. Hope everyone's having a glorious, glorious, glorious Friday. It's beautiful in New Hampshire. The weather's like perfect out. Yeah, no one's going to cause any issues in the chat. No causing of problems in their chat. No disruptive. No. Why would conservatives do that? Because they're triggered and retarded about me. There is a group of conservatives that is triggered and retarded because they were pissed off that I didn't follow their talking points. And then they spread all these lies about me all over this is a long story, but they spread all sorts of lies about me all over the internet. They call me a narcissist. They tell everyone I have a personality disorder. They stalk everything I do to try to find things that they can clip and use against me. It's always the same people. We know exactly who they are. Longtime viewers of my channel can tell you, but it's mostly people that follow James Lindsay now, to be honest, because they're pissed off that I won and James lost. Hey, thanks, KK. Appreciate it starting things off right. Thanks again for your work. I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. So we just have to deal with the retards that are trying to sabotage me, guys. We just have to deal with it. I know they will not go away. I have tried to get them to go away for years. They will not go away. They are stupid. They're low IQ morons. They don't understand what they're doing. They're not smart enough to understand what my work even says. And now I've got all you guys supporting me. And I got to tell you guys, they're really pissed off that I'm getting so much attention. They were so if anyone saw the Fox, and I'm just talking until they start. If anyone saw the Fox News clip on Twitter, if you looked in the replies, there were all sorts of people in the replies to Fox News saying, "How dare you not vet this person?" They did vet me. They did. They just decided they wanted me on their show, and a lot of people on the internet didn't like it, and so they started complaining about the fact that I got on Fox News to try to prevent them from ever bringing me on again. Conservatives are willing to sacrifice the country if it means protecting their political narrative. That's exactly right. Almost every hit piece I've ever had planted on me has come from conservatives. It's come from the right, not from the left. I am harassed significantly more by people on the right than the left. And that's just fact. And I know people don't like that, but that's the way it is. I've been chatting with Harrison Smith in the DMs. We're figuring it out.
Give me the go ahead whenever you're ready.
Anyway, let's get started. We're live. They're wearing masks. They're queer. Let's do it. Remember, college professor. This is a college professor that we're watching today. This person teaches at the University of North Carolina. They are a researcher and a teacher at the University of North Carolina. Oh, yeah? You found
Sound check. Check 1. Check 2.
That is disturbing,
check
isn't it, my
mic
Florida?
check.
Oh, good sound today. Awesome. Good sound. Thank you, queers. Micro bangs. That's a good name for it, actually. Yep, that's the queer haircut.
All right, everybody. Welcome and happy first day of ACAB.
ACAB? What's that?
My name is Esme. I'm a member of the Firestorm Collective. And today we are kicking off the 2025 Another Carolina Anarchist Book Fair. And we are here with Lou Buchanan, who is one of the co-editors of Be Gay, Do Crime, Everyday Acts of Radical Queer History.
Awesome. Thank you so much and welcome, y'all. I'm excited to talk about the book, about how I came to the work, and do a little bit of reading to see some of the entries that we worked on. And we'll start with our September 26th entry. But before I do that, a little introduction about myself. I am an assistant professor over at UNC Asheville. Thank you. Look, we're trying, y'all. I am a relatively new transplant. I got here in 2021. And I originally came from an organizing background in California. So I did labor organizing, BLM type organizing, trans liberation organizing. And I say this in part because I tried to bring all of these aspects to the work. I was invited as a guest editor for the volume. And basically the goal was to talk about queer history in as broad a manner as possible, specifically thinking about sort of non-normative, non-US centric, non-white centric, non-cis centric manner. So yeah, I'm very excited.
Wow.
Awesome. And before I let you go too much further, I'm just going to do a
Please.
couple of quick housekeeping things. Tonight we have two audiences. We have the one that's in person, and the other is joining us on the live stream.
Hi.
Hi, live stream audience.
Hi. It's you guys.
In a bit, when we
Hi.
ask for questions, if you could either speak your question into this microphone, which I'll place back on the stand here, or if Blue could repeat the questions into the microphone, that would be awesome. Because the event is being recorded and to protect the audience who are here in person, we are asking folks not to use their cameras to take any photos or videos when you're in the space. The event will be recorded so you can watch it later if there's any special tidbit.
Guys, if you shitpost in the chat, they're less likely to take our questions. Vlad, I don't like what I'm seeing. Vlad, cut that shit out. No shitposting. Only relevant questions to the presentation. I don't want to see anything about fucking Jesus. I don't want to see anything about Thomas Sowell. No conservative shitposting. This is only questions that are relevant because they are not going to answer our questions if you guys are shitposting.
Any folks around you who have mobility concerns, and please provide special support to them.
And as a reminder, if you disobey my wishes and you shitpost in their chat when I tell you not to, I will ban you permanently in my chat over here.
Blue.
Awesome. Perfect. Set up. Okay. So just a little bit, have folks read the Working Class History book? A few folks? Okay. So the reason why I raised this is because we were actually invited to talk about a sort of queer and trans history of rebellion by the Working Class History Project. And that really sort of guided the conversation because part of what we were trying to do was articulate a counter history, right? Especially in a moment where queer history is increasingly co-opted for various neoliberal projects, right, pinkwashing, efforts to sort of corporatize queer and trans existence. This was meant to sort of reground us in the knowledge that like we're not alone, we're not doing this for the first time, we're not reinventing the wheel. And the format of the book is sort of a reflection of this. So both Working Class History as well as our title is organized around a day in the calendar. So it starts with January 1st, it works its way to the end of the year. And let me tell you, for some reason, queer and trans folks are doing all kinds of activity in June. But it turns out February, real hard to find activities. Folks are like, I'm hibernating. So the way that it's set up is a daily reflection. The goal of the book is to give us sustenance.
That better not be someone
throughout
from
the
my
year,
chat
an
that's
opportunity to
shitposting. That better
reflect,
fucking not be
not
someone
just
over
by
here.
ourselves, but with others. And because of that,
I
the
denounce the person
format is
shitposting in
around
that chat,
a
and if they ever
daily
show up in my
reflection.
chat, I'm
So we
banning them from the
start
channel.
with
I
a
denounce all
January
of this.
1st.
We do
We
not
have an
disrupt.
entry, and then we sort of, not all the days have multiple entries, but we got one for every day.
You know what they're
of
doing.
the
This is
year.
a fucking
So
retard that's trying to
I
ruin
will
everything.
say that one
This
of
is
the
probably a right-wing
difficulties or the
retard
struggles that we
that's trying to
had
ruin everything.
was sort of trying to include histories outside of the United States, but not just outside of the United States, specifically in non-Anglophone history. So I do want to sort of acknowledge and hold that the book is doing the best it can do with the language skills of the editors like on hand. So I wanted to maybe just read a few passages, and then I was actually hoping for some conversation, so to sort of ask questions and think about that history together. Okay? So we'll start with September 26th, because why not start where we're at? September 26, 1945, Gloria Evangelina Anzaldúa, an American scholar of Chicana feminism, cultural theory, and queer theory, was born in Texas. Anzaldúa wrote extensively about her queer identity and the marginalization of queer people. particularly in communities of color. One of Anzaldua's most influential works is the semi-autobiographical Borderlands La Frontera, The New Mestiza, which was published in 1987. While she identified as a lesbian in most of her writing and had always experienced attraction to women, she also wrote that lesbian was, quote, not an adequate term to describe herself. Anzaldúa said that she, quote, became a lesbian in my head first. The ideology, the politics, the aesthetics, and that
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I know exactly who harasses me. I know exactly who is causing problems over in that chat. Do not ever fucking tell me to not openly talk about who harasses me, who tries to destroy my work, who is now trying to destroy this experience, because they're not going to take any questions in our chats because right-wing retards are shitposting over there. Go. In fact, you're permanently banned. Goodbye. You think I'm fucking around? I am not fucking around. I have had right-wing retards try to destroy my work for years. For years. And if you, the minute you tell me don't talk about that, Karlyn, you are trying to destroy my work and you can get fucked.
those kinds of meditations, thank you. Yeah, those kinds of meditations are part of what we're challenging folks to sort of take away. It's not just a memorize the dates, facts, and figures, but really asking ourselves, what is it that we can learn in this moment, right? For folks who don't know, this book launch blew up on Libs of TikTok. I was like, wow, I am 1 degree of social media separation away from Pete Hegseth. Little did I know. And a big part of this was concern that the book was going to radicalize and organize I think one person says it was supposed to cause a youth militia. Look, you said it, not me. But the reason why I want to sort of bring that up is not just to say, hey, this is a political moment in which writing, even just sort of writing about very non-controversial historical topics has become a point of political contention. And I think that this helps us to remember that it was always political. And that how we create facts, how we remember history is a set of choices and commitments as well, right? I think that in the moment, we are also encouraged to sort of shy away from acknowledging or thinking about political violence. But I had an entry that I wanted to share,
I'll
which
answer
is
this after the stream.
obviously 100% not encouraging any of us to participate in any violence.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But
we're going to talk about
to remind
rioting.
us of a fabulous moment.
We're going to talk about rioting.
October 14th, 1977,
Rioting.
Minneapolis gay rights activist Tom Higgins, see June 17th, 1950, threw a pie in the face of Anita Bryant during a news conference in Des Moines, Iowa, in which she was answering questions about her plan to open a network of Anita Bryant centers where homosexuals could go for rehabilitation. After being pied, Bryant burst into tears and began praying. Bryant, who was already well known as a singer, led Save Our Children, a homophobic campaigning group that successfully overturned legal protections for LGBT plus people in Dade County, Florida. Bryant had declared about homosexuality, "I will lead such a crusade to stop it as this country has never seen before." Bryant was also a brand ambassador for Florida orange juice. which then became subjected to a mass boycott campaign. Gay bars replaced screwdrivers, which, if you don't know, vodka and orange juice, with Anita Bryant's, made with vodka and apple juice, and the profits were donated to the campaign, right? So here we've got an instance of direct action. And I do want to sort of make sure that folks know this isn't a book that just contains our wins. It is a book that talks about and acknowledges that it is a struggle, and that means recognizing the moments where we've had setbacks just as much, right? Because those setbacks aren't received passively. There's always a next entry to remind us
We're going to
that
ask a
there's
question about this
more
later,
work
but
to
not
be
yet.
done, right? And there's new tactics to sort of craft and make use of. I wanted to sort of end my readings with one in particular here. Where is that? You'll have to bear with me because this is not my copy.
The Master for Community Care. This is a question from Rumble. The Master for Community Care, they're protecting other members in the community from getting sick. It's not to protect their identities. Everyone knows who they are in the room. They're announcing their names. So the Master, because they believe in community care, which means they are obligated to take care of the health of everyone else. It's a show of solidarity. Exactly. Exactly. Who got that? Sith on Rumble. Exactly. It's being a good comrade. It's being in solidarity with the community. They still do believe COVID is a thing. Well, they're in a bookstore, and so they probably assume the bookstore has them on sale, so that's why.
Just a moment. Where are you, lesbian Avengers?
It is unprofessional, though. Like, I've written several books. I would never do this at a book reading.
You know what? I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to do this off the top of my head.
When they're at events in their community, they do.
In an act of defiance to a killing, a set of killings. Yes. Do you have the page?
This is queering professionalism. Yeah, true. Yeah, who are you yelling at? They can't hear you.
Oh, there it is.
Welcome.
Okay. Thank you. October 31st, happy Halloween, of 1992, in honor of Hattie Mae Cohens and Brian Mock, a lesbian and gay man who were burned to death in their own home during the last days of a heated campaign to pass a statewide ballot measure in Oregon, the lesbian Avengers literally ate fire on the streets of Greenwich Village in New York City. The New York Times described the protest. They ate fire, chanting as they still do, "The fire will not consume us. We take it and make it our own." During the demonstration, the Avengers also marched with torches and burned signs with the names of anti-lesbian and anti-gay propositions blamed for the homophobic violence.
They're talking about rioting.
The Oregon measure would have classified homosexuality as, quote, abnormal, wrong, unnatural, and perverse, and required the state government to be assertive in discouraging homosexuality, teaching that it is a moral offense similar to pedophilia, sadism, and masochism. And it was defeated that November, albeit narrowly, in part due to the public horror of the hate crime against Cohen and Mock, which many blamed on the toxic environment created by the campaign to pass the ballot measure.
This is nonfiction. All
Now, I
these things
want to
happen.
reemphasize the date.
You just don't know them.
This is October 31st of 1992.
Ooh, the ACT UP time.
Many of these same propositions, many of these same political calls to action, many of these same associations between queer and transness and quote unquote unnatural or perverse ways of moving through the world, these calls are happening today, right? We see these in bills passed right here in North Carolina, where it's unacceptable to talk about things like transness, gender, queerness, or sexuality in fear that it will somehow taint or infect the youth, right? I think that the Lesbian Avengers are providing us an important stepping stone
I'll answer this at the end.
to take the fire that we're experiencing and chant, that fire will not consume us.
Pride
We
was a
take
riot.
it and we make it our own. I
Or
want us to
Stonewall was a
sit with
riot.
that for a moment.
Yeah, internalize the rioting. That's what makes you queer.
It's hard to think of fire while it's raining, but that's okay. Okay. The goal of the book is sustenance.
Oh
It
my
is to
God.
feed us as we're in
Oh,
the work. It's supposed to remind us of the things that have come before so we don't have to feel like we are reinventing the wheel, right? It offers us a chance to practice a ritual of memory with the ones that we love and care about. And that's really what the book is about. It's what inspired it. It's what led to 2+ years of work, was because of that care. So I'm
Fair.
really excited to hear what folks have questions about. Maybe we can talk tactics, strategy. Yeah, excited to see what questions
That's
folks have.
it?
Thank you.
That's it? Blue. That was one of the least prepared book talks I have ever seen. Are they at least going to do an interview or something? They're just taking questions?
Great. So I know it's pretty packed in here.
Wow.
But if you've got a question
That's
or
okay,
anything
though.
you'd like to share, I'm going to ask you.
I'm shocked at how little this guy said, but Q&A is always the best part anyway.
Who are in the back or on the live stream will be able to hear you. You won't be on camera in this location, but your voice will be recorded. If you would like to ask a question and getting up here isn't possible or desirable, then let's just shout them out as best you can, and maybe Blue would be so generous as to repeat the question over the mic.
Absolutely. Questions, thoughts.
Someone
feelings.
ask if he can talk about Compton's cafeteria riot in the chat, please. One person ask if he can talk about Compton's cafeteria riot and how that influenced queer activism. If you don't know what Compton's cafeteria riot is,
any
don't
of the
ask.
things. I'm ready.
Hi.
Hey.
I'm wondering, with the state of the world today, if
we
I
need
don't
to
know
ask about
when
the
you
Mary
sort of
Nardini gang.
stopped with your entries. Is there anything in particular that you would have included in the last bit of like more recent history that you feel like if you could do it again right now today, you would?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I mentioned that I started the book with my co-editors years ago.
Hey,
But
so Master Shake, I need you to ask a question specifically if you're willing to do it. Can Master Shake go and ask about the influence of the Mary Nardini gang on queer activism? Only Master Shake if he's willing to do it. And if he's not, we'll get someone else. Thank you. I appreciate that.
would I want to include that
Thanks,
didn't
Reagan.
get to
Reagan
be
got the Compton's
included
cafeteria right. Good.
in the current moment? I would say that queer and trans people have been playing a really important role in both like anti-ICE and like Palestinian, like pro-Palestine movements. And we did get a bunch of the sort of historical support for Palestine in there. But I really think that if there was something that I would want to pull out as far as our participation over the past 6 to 8 months, would be the intervention that queer and trans people have had in addressing immigration and the violence that we're seeing with immigration. Yeah, thank you.
So this question is more so about like after the book came out, but I know there was like a ton of like online stuff about it. Did any of that like spread to your like real life? Did they like threaten your employers or like you or any of your like co-authors? Like did anything actually like impact your life?
Yeah, I can speak broadly that my co-authors were concerned. They did receive like online harassment. But it seemed, after just speaking from my own experience, Libs of TikTok really made it about UNCA and made it about my particular role as a professor, right? So they were really trying to capitalize on universities and the sort of discourse about universities, and in particular, Charlie Kirk. This claim that like the book was going to radicalize
Libs
people
of TikTok
to
fucking
take
things
up
up as
arms
always.
against folks like Charlie Kirk
Not asking the right
seemed to
questions.
be their sort of central goal, or like how they were framing the book, which was fascinating to watch them argue with like Grok, because Grok is like, this is what this book is about. And they're like, no, it's not. It's a call from militias.
It's already been banned over here. I can't do anything to stop him from being a low
You
IQ
ever watched
fucking
somebody
moron.
argue with AI?
Sorry.
It's a wild experience. But certainly I would say that the sort of central issue that I found was that somebody had come to my department and taken a
Yeah, of
photo
course he is.
of
Well,
the book launch event's flyer,
because this is an example
which
of conservatives
suggested that they
attacking me.
actually entered into, like they
Look, a
took the
conservative
effort
attacking me.
to
I've
like
already blocked him,
come
so
to
I
the
don't care.
space. It meant that they know where my office is. They know sort of where I am. There's a nice little chart of like when different classes are offered in what rooms, right? And so I was concerned more about the in-person sort of consequences. Thankfully, this is not my first time at the rodeo. So like I have been doxxed before, and then I learned that how to protect myself, and being able to do that preemptively really helped once things popped off. Because I didn't know that that was going to happen, but by having sort of a good practice in place, that really helped to protect myself, my colleagues and coworkers, which was really important to me.
Oh, yes,
All
I
that
can.
said,
I promise
they
you I
did
can.
reach out.
And I
Like
can
there
block you if
was
you
a
want to cause
concerted
shit.
effort to get UNCA to do something.
The purpose of this stream is to actually listen to what's being said. Instead, I'm dealing with conservative retards trying to out me over on their chat, and I'm dealing with conservative retards over here saying, you can't block everyone. Yes, I can. Actually, yes, I can. If you are here, it is because you are taking this seriously and you want to hear what's said. I understand there are a lot of new people on the channel, but you guys have got to rein shit in. We've been doing this a long fucking time. And if you don't want to follow my rules, get the fuck out.
Was like, oh no, this is really terrible that this has happened. And I was like, okay, like, but what are we gonna do? Right? And they said, don't worry, we're gonna reach out to the provost. If you know anything about academia, the provosts are out there, they're making their decisions, they're doing their thing. But basically their response was, it's happening off campus. So good luck. like there's nothing actionable for us to do here.
So the
right?
University of North
In some ways,
Carolina
it
still wants
helped
to employ
me.
this
They
person.
didn't respond or sort of feed the
No matter
trolls
what Libs of
who
TikTok
were
did, the
calling for
University of
like
North Carolina said,
my
"Fuck you,"
resignation. But
because
they
Libs of
also
TikTok fucked it up.
absolutely just sort of left me on my own to sort of reap the consequences of my
Oh,
political decisions by talking about queer and trans history.
and now he's
So
shit-talking
yeah,
his own
I would
employer.
say it was folks like our community safety team, the folks at Firestorm that had actual sort of answers to help provide me support in ways that I was not getting from my institution. And so that, I think, in addition to being Black, in addition to being trans, which encourages folks to just be extra.
See, now we can take this clip of him shit-talking his employer and send it to his employer.
Sort of set adrift by the institution had its pros and its cons. But yeah. Next question.
What is your favorite struggle?
Struggle.
I know it's probably hard to pick just one, but whatever is the most meaningful.
Favorite struggle? Who can pick one? One of the organizations that we talk about in our book and that I teach my students about when I talk about Black trans organizing is STAR.
Hey, Debbie, no posting.
You folks know
Debbie, I know you're watching me. Do not
So
fucking
I will
post shit
say
in their
it's a little
chat.
old school language, but you know, the girls were in the 70s. They were using different
Another
terms.
fucking conservative that's not
But
fucking listening.
STAR is the street transvestite
Debbie, if I ever see you post
action
in their chat again without
revolutionaries.
instruction, I will ban you in my chat. Do
And
you
what
understand?
STAR did in terms of the struggle was to say that like the struggle of the like unhoused LGBT youth,
Yeah, my God.
that
Cannot listen to the
the
most
needs
basic
that folks
fucking
had
instruction.
to be able to embody their gender and to practice their self-expression required material support. And so STAR set out to be basically house mothers, to be family to unhoused queer and trans youth. They took on
As a reminder for people who are new, the reason that we are telling you not to post in the chat is we are trying to get actual questions answered. They are not going to answer real questions if you assholes are shit posting in the chat and being disruptive because you're having fucking feelings about it. This is not your fucking thing. This is my thing that I've been doing that you guys are coming along and basically tagging along and watching. And if you fuck up my work, I will never fucking forgive you. I will ban you. I will shit talk you. I will dress you down. I will fucking yell at you. Do not ever disrupt my work going after the left. Do you understand, retard conservatives?
saying that we love and support one another.
Deb, stop
needs
fucking posting
the
in their chat
material
right
work,
now.
Right? The money, the housing, the food, those are the things where really the rubber meets the road. I also want to say,
Why do I keep having to mute the stream to yell at retarded conservatives?
never
who
one
aren't fucking
struggle,
listening?
never one struggle, but that's one example that I feel like really embodies all of them. Thank you.
So you kind of talked about this with STAR, but I wanted to ask what kind of reminders from the past do you think queer and trans folks of today need to hear, specifically regarding organizing?
Yeah. Don't trust the police. I mean, I feel like I'm like speaking to the choir here. But no, I say it flippantly, but something that keeps coming up is what does it mean to be safe, right? And like
There's a
in
conservative
this
trying to destroy
current
my work in the
moment,
chat.
many of
You
us,
banned him earlier.
myself included, feel deeply unsafe. And so I think in terms of organizing, what lessons, obviously don't trust the police because we keep each other safe is one lesson, but perhaps I don't want to say trite, but
Real.
maybe
Yeah.
an overstated slogan, message.
I'll tell you about it later.
But rather to say that like keeping each other safe is a dual process. And this is something that certainly comes up across the many sort of moments in time that we track in the book, which is that keeping each other safe means destroying things.
Who's
It
that
does
auto guy to
mean
tell you? I
ending
think he's in my chat. We're gonna ban him
relationships,
here.
establishing boundaries between ourselves and sometimes folks who hurt us. But it is just as much a process of taking care, making sure that folks get fed, not because you like them, but because you believe that like they have dignity, right?
That's community
Miss
care.
Major, Black trans figure. At one point in an interview, she says that like loving your people is not about hugging and kissing up on them. It's not about sort of kikiing with them, about them being your bestie. It's about seeing even the girl that just rubs you the wrong way and
Well, good, they banned
knowing
him. They banned
that
the
the
other guy.
work that
Good.
you're
They banned them.
doing
Good.
is so that everyone has access to the things that they need, so that it isn't about disposability, right? You got to have that tension between the ending of things, the ending of relationships and those boundaries, and also pushing back against disposability, about the care work that it takes to bring the kind of world
Yep,
we
they
want to
banned Deb
see
too. See, they
into
just
being.
ban you.
So yeah.
So Deb B, because I know you're still in my chat, they literally just banned you for doing the thing that I told you not to fucking do. There is a reason that I'm telling you not to do this, and you're not fucking listening. We want them to answer our questions. That is the goal.
On if these practices have already surprised you, like with the sort of reflections and things that have come up, and how you've found like using time to try and help people organize and stay inspired to keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Folks in the room know that sustaining organizing, ooh, that's a hard ask, right? It's difficult to do. And I will say the book is not out here to make it easy to sustain that work. It says, yeah,
That's
there are
Jill.
going to be
That's
days where
Poetry Painter in
the
their
entry
chat.
is
I
going to be
promise you.
heavy, right? I mean, one of the
That's
entries that we
another
had
conservative in
today
their chat. I
talks
know
about people
exactly
being
who that
set on
is.
fire. It is not always a call to engage with the world in a light way, right? So I want to sort of, I want to articulate that, because sustained work
Fat ass
doesn't
Jill.
mean disengagement. It
The
doesn't
conservative
mean
who works with
sort
socialists
of
and
light,
Democrats to try to smear me.
joyous reflections. Being in the work is about bringing your full self as a person. And like the full self is experiences of pain and
yes,
difficulty and struggle and wins and like prevailing, right? So I think that something that has surprised me in both writing the book, with my co-editors, and with how people have responded to it, has been sitting with grief is just as much a part of thinking about our history. And I think when I went into writing the entries, I was like, I want to talk about how awesome we are. I want to talk about all the things that we do that are amazing. And that is absolutely in there.
Boom. Bye, Jill.
But just like any movement, just like any struggle,
Thank you,
it
Firestorm Books.
isn't real without embracing the full spectrum of feeling. And I think that making room for that grief, especially making it like part of our communal reflection, is important, so that we don't feel overwhelmed or like we are compartmentalizing our grief in the current moment, which certainly has been how I have been dealing with it. But like, we're living, we're learning to be like, hey,
This is not for your fucking entertainment. This is for research and
we will
education.
survive it.
We are not
all of
libs of
us will
TikTok.
survive it, but we will survive it. And the
It's
question
boring.
is,
I
how
don't
do
want to.
we make that process of survival also a joyous one, right? That when we encounter those hard entries, that we also see that that struggle is not in vain. And that means it's also a call to action. And my hope is that as people are reading and reflecting, when I say reflection, I don't just mean like, great, that was wonderful, but that is supposed to lead you to do something different.
Can someone thank them for banning the trolls and say, I'd really like to hear Blue talk about the influence of the Mary Nardini gang, though?
But thank you. That was a great question.
Are any of the entries in the book from Appalachia or North Carolina? And if so, could you share one with us?
Yeah. Yes, there is. And one of the entries is actually about Firestorm. So, yeah, obviously, as I mentioned, I'm a transplant to Appalachia, but my co-editor, Zane McNeil, is from Appalachia, from West
Good question.
Virginia. And so Appalachia and sort of Appalachian history features prominently throughout the book. Because again, it's easiest sometimes to speak what we know. And so, yeah, the founding of Firestorm was something that we thought worthy of an entry and celebrating. So, yeah. Oh, is it on? Y'all with that index.
You got blocked for asking. Well, that's because you got called out by the troll. But can someone else please ask the
May
question about
24th.
Mary Nardini gang?
Of 2008, Firestorm Cooperative opened its doors in downtown Asheville, North Carolina. The space organized explicitly queer and
Hey,
trans.
Hang on. They're
Focusing-
talking about the bookstore. Hang on. Kazmar. Only Kazmar do this. I want you to say, hey, appreciate you baiting all those trolls, but I'm really interested to learn about Blue's opinion on the Mary Nardini gang and the influence that it had on queer rebellion and resistance. Like, frame it something like that. You can use your own words, but that's what I need. I need, like, thanks for banning the trolls. This is really great. I'm interested to hear about the Mary Nardini gang and the influence that it had on queer resistance.
Administration accused the cooperative of operating as a homeless shelter
Well,
in violation of
We'll see if
zoning
it does. We'll
code.
see if it does, but that'll tell us something.
With the support of national and local actors, the collective was able to combat the claims and continues to exist as a thriving community space. Any other questions? Things that have come up for
Spelled like this,
folks?
but only Kazmar should be asking. No one else. That is how it's spelled, though.
Y'all have thrown some heavy hitters already. Like,
Mary Nardini gang. Mary Nardini gang.
anything else? Well, in that case.
No, don't stop.
Oh,
Don't stop.
Hey, Chelsea.
Take questions from the chat.
Hi from the TSU, first of
Hey.
all.
Sometimes
And
it's
what
got
was
to
the
ruin it.
process of actually like, what was the process of actually like publishing? Because I assume this wouldn't get picked up by like Simon and Schuster. Don't know how to pronounce that.
That's okay. Not worth pronouncing. Yeah, to be honest, this is the first time where I have been a part of a project from its inception through to an actual like physical copy. Like, this is actually the first time that I saw, like, today, this was the first time I saw it in person. I was like, oh my God, it exists in the world. But yeah, so PM Press had been in communication
PM
with
Press
Zane.
is a socialist book publisher.
Because Zane, if you don't know, like, Y'all Means All is Zane's book. You can also find some of their work here in Firestorm. They had connections. They were the ones that were like, hey, there's a publisher, I have this idea and I want to run with it. I just sort of got picked up as like a former co-conspirator who happened to do historical work. And they were like, hey, do you have time to work on this? And I said, yes, because I don't know how time works.
Oh,
And
thanks,
from
Accent.
there, we basically worked
Okay,
on
Accent, get the question,
crafting a full
Casmar. Don't worry about it.
proposal
Thank you,
for
Accent.
the book manuscript. We said, what is the goal of the book? What are sort of its
I was wondering if you were
its
us.
fellow
I
books
was
that it's in
wondering. Sit tight.
conversation with? PM Press was like, love it, great. We've worked with the working class history folks before. And this is a
PM
really
Press is
important
socialist, that's why
project
they
that we
love it.
want to sort of uplift.
Casmar got banned.
And then basically PM Press was like, go forth. And every so often they check in. How's it going? There was some moments
I'll get the
there
super chat after.
where
Thank you, guys.
we had to also say, hey, the world is on fire. And like, Helene.
Fuck. They
Is Helene.
deleted the Mary Nardini gang question. That's it.
So
Okay,
if
so
we
they're
just have a little bit more
Mary
time,
Nardini
that
gang.
would be super great. And thankfully,
See,
as
this
like
is
a lefty
why.
press, there were
This is fucking why we don't fucking shitpost conservative retards. Because we actually had questions that we wanted to get them on video answering, and because you fucking assholes have been shitposting in their chat, they're not going to take any of our questions because you fucking assholes were shitposting when I told you not to.
people were already fired up about it, right? But as far as like press stuff goes, any of y'all can write a book. You just have to say, here's what we want, the story we want to tell. Here's what we think it contributes, and the conversation that it's
We
a part
could have
of.
gotten good intel,
Right?
but conservatives
And
had to
presses
ruin
like PM
everything
Press are
again.
looking for those stories, especially in a time like we have now with so much
And this is why we only do this for supporters.
Hearing directly from folks about their experiences in whatever format is really welcome. And I am also happy to help if you're like, hey, I want to do one of those things. Like, I'm a local. Y'all know where to find me, probably here. And I'd be happy to answer any like specific questions you have about that process. Great. Well, in that case, I'm actually like, my goal here was basically to get all of y'all in a room so that you can talk to one
Oh
another.
wow! What a
It's been my
cop-out for
secret
doing
plan all
any
along.
actual work.
So with that, I'm gonna be here making myself available. If you're looking for like your book to get signed, a little message, I am
Yes, we
happy to
usually do
provide
this
it.
for supporters
Otherwise,
only for this reason.
get to organizing.
Wow. Wow. Wow, conservative retards. Wow. Wow. This was supposed to be a 2-hour conversation that just got cut short by an hour because they were supposed to take questions for the entire time. And because of the shitposting, which I told you idiots not to do, they cut the whole thing short. They didn't take any of our questions. They banned us in the chat, even though the people asking the questions were being perfectly respectable. And this is all because the conservative retards in my chat didn't listen to my very clear and kindly given instructions at the beginning of the chat. And so now every single person is about to get a fucking lecture. Every single person is about to get a lecture. You know what? I take a lot of shit for yelling at people on the internet. The reason I yell at people on the internet is that when I am nice, people still don't fucking listen. This was supposed to be a whole hour longer, and they were supposed to take questions in the chat on YouTube, which we knew what questions to ask. People who have just shown up on this channel, I'm sorry, you guys don't know what questions to ask about queer history. You don't. You are newbies. You don't know what you don't know. I have been immersed in this subculture for 3 fucking years. There are people on this channel that have been immersed in this subculture for 3 years. What we want to do is to ask them questions to get them on video saying things they shouldn't fucking say on video. We know the best questions to ask that they are going to be excited to answer, which are questions about things like the Compton's cafeteria riot, which is an obscure thing that most people don't know about, which is questions like about the Mary Narney gang, which is an obscure thing that most people don't know about, but he knew about it, and they didn't want to answer the questions because this was ruined for us by conservative retards who didn't listen to my instructions at the beginning. So now I'm gonna fucking yell. I understand there are new people on the channel, and I love it when new people come on the channel. But in order to be in my audience, you need to open your ears and fucking listen. You need to shut your fucking mouth. You need to remember that you don't know shit about shit. You just showed up here. And if you've been watching libs of TikTok for years, you don't know anything. You need to shut the fuck up, and you need to listen, and you need to ask questions. Because when you don't fucking shut the fuck up and listen and ask questions, you end up fucking up my work. I normally do stuff like this behind a paywall because the people supporting my work financially, even if it's just for $8 a month, they respect my wishes when it comes to not shitposting and doing typical conservative bullshit. Conservatives have done more to fuck up my work over the past 4 years than the left has ever done. That is the God's honest truth. You want to know why I'm fucking yelling right now? Because the conservative right has fucked up my work more than the left has ever done. And people who have been around my channel for a minute, they will tell you exactly the same thing. That we have conservative retard after conservative retard after conservative retard after conservative retard fucking up my work. I do not give a fuck about your feelings, conservatives. What I care about is getting the left on video saying the quiet part out loud. That is far more important to me than your fucking feelings. And it pisses me off because this was a public live event. This was a public live event that we could have all just sat back and watched and had a good time and asked interesting questions. But what happened? Conservative retards didn't listen to what I said. Conservative retards got their asses banned in my chat because they were having their feelings taken over. And then conservative retards got pissed off and went over to their chat and worked out their feelings. There was not a single leftist to sabotage this stream today. This 100% came from the right. We could have gotten that asshole on video saying all manner of things. We could have gotten that asshole on video saying things that could have gotten him fired from his fucking job. But no, did we do that? No. Why? Because conservatives couldn't rein in their fucking feelings. There's no reason it had to go down like this. And so in the future, conservative retards, if you don't want me to make every single one of these streams private and for supporters only and behind a paywall, then you will rein in your shit. I am not fucking taking this shit anymore. I have had my work sabotaged for 4 fucking years by the right. The reason that most of you who are new here just found out about me is the right has been sabotaging my stuff for years. That's why. And so I am very sorry for all of you who behaved. I am very sorry for all the conservatives who didn't go over there and shitpost, but I really need people to understand that today's stream was fucked up, not because the left sabotaged it, but because the right sabotaged it. And this is the constant fight that I have with conservatives. This is the constant fight. We will never, ever, 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 ever defeat the left without going through the conservative right first. The conservative right, they're fucking grifters, they're politicians, they're influencers, the MAGA base. They all care about themselves far more than they care about defeating the left. And we have to go through them. Someone asked me in the comments today on my channel, they're like, Karlyn, who causes more problems, the left or the right? And my answer was the right. You want to know why? Because the right runs cover for the left by sabotaging work like this all the fucking time. All the time. All the time. Anyway, I am sorry to yell at the people who did nothing wrong, but that could have been an awesome fucking stream where we got that guy to say a lot of the quiet part out loud, and it was completely fucked up by conservative retards who don't know how to listen. And so, yeah, everyone that fucked up that chat for me, you are now banned in my chat. When I tell you not to do something and you disrespect my wishes, there are consequences over here. And I don't give a fuck what you think about it, because if you're going to do it once, you're going to do it again and again and again and again and again, because you haven't learned to fucking listen. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. What a fucking waste. What a waste of an opportunity. Anyway, let me go to some super chats from people who were not being fucking retarded. Let me go to some super chats. And again, I'm sorry to yell at people who were not being retarded, but you guys don't even know. For new people, you have no idea the amount of shit that I've had to slog through because of conservative retardation. Conservatives are willing to sacrifice the country if it means protecting their political narrative. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. This is a question. This might be dumb of me. I've always wondered why Q was added on to LGBT. I thought she was going to say it. What is queer and socialism? Queer Marxism is not about being gay or trans. It's a left-wing political ideology. And so when you're talking about being queer, you don't have to be gay or trans to be queer. It is purely about adhering to a left-wing, anti-capitalist, anti-assimilationist ideology. And the Q got tacked onto the LGBT because they're co-opting the gay rights movement. What I would recommend, Regina, look up my introduction to queer Marxism. You can find it on my YouTube channel. You can find it on my Substack. And so if you watch my introduction to queer Marxism, that will clear a lot of this up. I promise you. Is there internal dissent within Antifa? Yes, but they deal with it within their group. Specifically, is there such a thing as anti-queer Antifa? No, there is not such a thing as anti-queer Antifa. That doesn't exist. That's not to say that all of Antifa is queer, because a lot of them are not queer. Most of them are not queer. But Antifa would be completely accepting of queer ideology because it completely aligns with their sensibilities. Sith said, hang on, we'll get that in a second, Andre. Sith over on Rumble says, I had to leave Jeremy from the quartering because he was bagging on Karlyn. It's like, what the fuck did you do today to fight this shit? Yeah, fuck Jeremy from the quartering. I also want to thank Angry Gringo LLC over on Rumble. He said, for the chat, keep sabotaging shit, which is a zine that I got from Antifa. Just leads you to a war zone distro. Take notes like Crime Think, bookmark them, learn from them, and be prepared to teach. If not, start paying Karlyn. Yeah. Everyone should be prepared to teach. Yo, Donnie girl, I just saw that super chat. We'll get to that in a second, Donnie. Thank you. Exactly. We want the left to tell on themselves. AI, Molly, let the left tell on themselves, guys. They don't need your fucking lectures. You are not going to convert the left. No amount of disruption is going to convert the left. You're actually just making things worse when you're shitposting in their chat. Just be nice and listen and fucking record them. What will the pronouns be for the next psychopath that suits someone for the socialist cause? Hey, Clyde, I bet you think that that Charlie Kirk's assassin was Antifa. He wasn't. I bet you think that Charlie Kirk's assassin was a queer Marxist. He wasn't. So to meet Clyde, I think you have a lot to learn about the far left, because this is a retard question. We don't allow retard questions in my community, bro. Why do people have to ruin things for me? It costs nothing to let me do my job. Yeah, that is a great question. Why do conservatives who claim to be against the left constantly have to ruin things and constantly have to fuck things up far more than the left ever fucks things up. Why? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to it. Sam says, sorry for dumb people being from Republicanistan, a far-off land where Fox News is the state religion. Ronald Reagan is still president. I appreciate all you do. Listen, man, if you're a conservative and I'm not, and you don't do any of this bullshit, I am not talking about you. I'm not talking about you, Sam. I'm talking about the retards that fuck that up. But like, I appreciate this, and I very much appreciate conservatives who don't act like mentally unhinged losers. Like, that's gold. That's awesome. Let's see, Mr. Girl, thank you for that. No Mayo, I know this doesn't make up for idiots. Hey, no Mayo, thank you for that. Thank you. I appreciate it. It doesn't make up for the idiots, but I do appreciate it, and thank you. The lazy conservatives who don't listen to the socialism language are losing to the far left for decades, almost a century now. Yeah, that's exactly right. Conservatives lose to the far left over and 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 over again, to the point where all their kids are indoctrinated in public schools and they still don't shut the fuck up and listen. It is shockingly bad behavior. It's truly shocking. Thank you, Monologue. Gifted a channel membership. I really do appreciate that. Gothics. Would you ever cover and do a segment about revolution in, I don't know how to pronounce that. Dean Spade mentioned it a few times. Yeah, maybe I will. That's a great suggestion. Yes, people need to shut the fuck up and listen. So annoying. Yes. We're going to make a t-shirt that says, shut the fuck up and listen. That's how the conservative right became illiterates of society. They're too lazy to listen, so then the left multiply and outnumber conservatives. Yeah, exactly right. As it turns out, the left does have kids. They aren't all aborting their babies. Thank you, Andre, for that. We got Donnie Girl with the big super chat, which I really appreciate. Sorry, Karlyn. Love you. Hugs. Hey, I appreciate you, Donnie. Thank you. You're such a wonderful supporter of the channel. Appreciate all the super chats and all the support. Thank you so much. That's why conservatives are losing their freedom rights every day, because they are lazy and they don't listen. Hey, Myriad, welcome back to the membership on the channel. I appreciate it. Gary at Next News was praising you. Yeah, Gary's been in my DMs. He seems like a real nice guy. I appreciate Gary featuring my work. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. Guys, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to end this stream. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to come back and we're going to do a proper happy hour stream, okay? We're going to watch Adam Green on Jake Shields. I wasn't planning on doing another stream because, quite frankly, I thought that was going to last a lot longer than it did. But since conservatives ruined my fucking stream, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to have a pee. I'm going to go cry for a second. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to watch Adam Green on Jake Shields, okay? We're going to watch something fun. When are we having a zine making party? Soon. Soon, Monologue. I promise soon. Acoustic Theory, you know what? Have some money. Please enjoy the spoils of my proletariat. Thank you, Acoustic Theory. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Guys, I'm going to take about a 10 to 15 minute break. I will be right back soon. We're going to drink some more beer. We're going to watch some fun content. So stick around if you want to just hang out. Go grab some beer. Go grab a snack. Come back. And we're just going to do something that has nothing to do with socialism, okay? We're going to do that. So let me get this up. I'll be back soon, and don't go too far. Look for the notification. We'll be having a fun stream very shortly.
How are you feeling? How long have you been here? 3 months, May 17th. And what brought you? That's difficult to answer.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
That's difficult to answer.